What's up, you guys? Today we are doing a complete action figure collection video of my horror figures. I want to do a basically a collection video for my Star Wars, my Marvel, and my horror all for 2021, and maybe make it a yearly tradition. So let's get started. So, up on top shelf we have our Friday the 13th collection. I'm gonna have it by order of Jason's appearances, you know, from part 2 to part 3, part 4, part 5. And then obviously you start to see 6, and then this is where things get different because obviously parts 7 and 8 are not here. But 7 should be coming out, and 8 we will patiently wait for an announcement. There's Jason X, my favorite look of Jason ever is Uber Jason. And then you got it towards the remake, and then I just put the NES Jason at the back. So this is my Friday the 13th shelf. If we go below, you see my 2 Conjuring figures. And we go to the Pennywise section of the collection, starting with Tim Curry. And then we keep going until we get to It Chapter 2. So as you see, there's a ton of It Chapter 1 figures. And then there's the one lonely It Chapter 2 figure. So this is the Pennywise in the Conjuring shelf, which I also consider my New Line Cinema shelf. And yeah. So then we got down here, Godzilla. Now they're in no set order because you have to kind of make room for their tails. So that's why on both sides at the end you see the Tokyo SOS Godzillas, because their tails are huge and you have to fit them on the shelf. So you got the Tokyo SOS, right? You got the Godzilla giant all out monster attack. Behind it you got my Mothras. Now we get into the legendary Godzilla section. Rodan in the back. I'll get a close-up on the back ones in a second. And then we get to Godzilla and Biollante. See, they're together. And like I said, I wanted this guy with his other counterpart, but the problem is their tails are so long, which is good. But, you know, and then we have Mr. Rodan in the back. There we go, there's a better shot of Rodan. Mothra. One last time before we go down below. Now we will start back with some more Godzillas. So here, you know, start out with the original. See Kong back there. We'll get a close-up of Kong in a minute. Burning Godzilla. Space Godzilla. And once again, I have the Shin Godzilla back here because their tails are so long. I mean, his tail goes all the way back. So, you know, now let's go take a closer look at Mr. Kong. So, let's check out other shelves I have. Here we have my 2 favorite horror characters of all time, which is Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. So we got the first NECA Michael, Halloween 2, 2018. My Rob Zombie Michael Myers. As you know, this is my #1 favorite action figure of my entire collection. Get to Freddy, starting out with the McFarlanes, and then we get to the NECA. So there's Ultimate Freddy 2, there's the original Freddy, Dream Warriors, another Dream Warriors, the NES, my second favorite NECA end figure of all time, which is the remake Freddy, and then we have another Freddy. Now let's drop down to my Universal Monster shelf. Alright, let's start it here. It's always nice to have some legends like Lon Chaney, Claude Rains, Boris Karloff, Emotep, the Wolfman, the Phantom of the Opera, the Mummy, my all-time favorite monster, the Wolfman, another Wolfman, Lime Chain. This is one of my favorite figures of all time. Eventually I'm going to do a top 10 favorite horror figures of all time, which puts in any company, because this guy would 100% be on it. I love this. This is one of my favorite makeups. Then you got Diamond's interpretation of Dracula, which I think had to do with a rights issue with Bela Lugosi's estate. The Creature of the Black Lagoon. Boris Karloff's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from one of my all-time favorite movies. Abbott and Costello meets Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I love it so much that I even have the poster framed in my room. And then we have, you know, their interpretation of Van Helsing. So now we get down to my zombie shelf. So we got my Romero zombies from Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead. Then we have the Tyrant from Resident Evil. Back there we have the McFarlane Toys Walking Dead of Dwight and Negan. Tarman. Reanimator. And then we have Evil Dead, which is Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is one of the best TV shows out there. Definitely check it out. So now, down here, we have kind of a hodgepodge of stuff, but I try to keep it somewhat uniform. We have my Texas Chainsaw Massacre figures, you know, starting with OG, Chainsaw 2, Chainsaw 3, and the remake. Then we have to represent Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. We have the Gill Man. We have the NECA Scream Ghostface figure, Candyman, Sam, and Chucky. One of my favorite figures to represent one of my favorite movies of all time, which is The Fog, John Carpenter's The Fog. We have Hannibal Lecter. For Devil's Rejects, we have Tiny. And for House of Thousand Corpses, we have Captain Spaulding, R.I.P. to Sid Haig. We have Xenomorph from Aliens, the Assassin Predator, and then we have the Killer Clown from Outer Space. Pan through another time real quick for you guys. Here we have some monsters from Pacific Rim, and then my other 2019 Godzilla that has the crappy legs. Here we have my Walking Dead zombie shelf. Which I think is pretty cool. And then we have some Walking Dead human characters. And then last but not least, we have my Mezco Designer Series Jason. So guys, that is my complete collection of my horror figures. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below and subscribe.